For our first example of a confidence interval about population proportion, we have here that suppose that a market research firm is hired to estimate the percent of adults living in a large city who have cell phones. 500 randomly selected adult residents in the city are surveyed to determine whether they have cell phones. Of the 500 people surveyed, 421 responded yes, they own cell phones. Using a 95% confidence level, compute a confidence interval estimate for the true proportion of adult residents of the city who have cell phones. Now, when it comes to about population proportion, sometimes it is already given in the problem that the given condition is about proportion, or if let's say this condition is that indicated, it is understood that if you are dealing with a larger or bigger number of sample size, then the confidence interval is just simply about population proportion. Okay. When we identify the given here, wherein we can consider that the X is the number of people in the sample who have cell phones, therefore we have to look for the P hat, which is the sample proportion, and at the same time the Q hat. If out of 500 respondents, so we can say that the number of successes will be equal to 421, which is given in the problem. So we can compute the P hat or the sample proportion as the X, which is equal to 421 out of 500 respondents, and this is equal to 0.842. Then at the same time, you can compute the Q hat, which is just simply 1 minus P hat, and this is equal to 1 minus 0.842, then the difference is 0.158. This sample proportion P, which is 0.842, is actually the point estimate of the population proportion. Condition 95% then from the table, as we discussed in our previous lesson, that we can obtain the z-score of the significance level over 2. At 95%, this is equal to 1.96. Then, substituting in our estimation for the population, so we have this as the